Okay. Seems like it might be better. Hopefully. I don't see the little like Wi-Fi looking button like popping up above my my screen here. So we'll see. Yeah, so on my side it looks. So we'll just get going and hopefully we're all right. I don't know if just need to restart the computer or what. I don't know what's up. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. It's never happened before. This laptop, I've had all kinds of issues. I don't know if you remember, like it was crashing like a month ago, and I put new RAM in. It actually crashed on me last night for the first time in a while. I don't know why. And then like it forced like an update. I noticed there was like an update, so I did that real fast. I'm not technologically whatever the word is. Let me pull my thing up here so I can record it for the audio side. We'll get going again. Thanks everybody for coming back though. Got about the same amount of viewers though, so appreciate you guys. Y'all were really interested in watching today. All right. What's up and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. I am your host as always. Thanks so much for watching live every day at 11:30, live just on YouTube today. Trying to do that every other day on Twitter, as some of you guys know. But today is just YouTube. As usual, I'll tell you, I've been kind of rotating by the sponsored by thing. My buddy that's got that app that I was promoting, reached out, and we're gonna try to make another attempt at giving a run here. He's got that like kind of gambling app without it being really gambling or whatever, But anyway, beer money today though, all caps lunchtime, 25% off if you're interested in joining. Went 3-0 yesterday in the Discord, went 3-0 on the podcast today. I finished up 39.67 units, I think it was, up 60 something units in the Discord. And that is me alone. So if you're interested in checking out, there's a link at the bottom there. Some really sharp dude, really good guys in here to check out and everything, So I've been doing this for a while. Super excited actually. This month I am going to hit I should be hitting 300 positive units in my short time of doing this. If I'm not mistaken, I started in April 2 years ago. This will be like my 25th month, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I should be hitting 300 units in the first 2 years of doing this. And obviously, I don't hit those lottos or nothing like that. Just straight better builder and everything like that. So it goes to show that the small grind definitely works. Excited to hit 300 units. Maybe I'll have to do a $300 giveaway or something crazy like that, So, but yeah, let's get these notes pulled up and do a little recap, and we'll get going here. I see the chat going. Appreciate you guys as usual. We'll definitely get into some of the stuff later on. Got a question about Dinger Tuesday. Man, they sure did nerf Dinger Tuesday. He said, almost not even worth doing it. You have to bet $25 and you can get a max of $25 back. So I mean, like if you got a game where you're not seeing 5 home runs in a game, especially we got some bad weather today, cold weather. You almost got to put out $75 to get $25 back in free bets. It's really just not worth it, to be honest. And normally they nerf the hell out of the odds. I'll have the home run parlay. I really like Jose Ramirez today. So he'll definitely be a leg. I know the last 2 days, I mean, we've gone 0-3 last 2 days. And then the first 3 days we went 2-3, 2-3. So we were super close to hitting a home run lotto the first 3 days of the year. And then we've gone 0-3. So it just goes to show, even then it was, we had a really good thing going there. And then, that kind of fell apart, but, Taj, appreciate it, man. Just checking me out. I'm tell your friends. We've been doing this for a while. I think the podcast up 20 units, something like that, just doing free plays, and we get to talk about some other stuff and everything, there too. But didn't have a graphic from me yesterday. I was kind of lazy, feeling a little better today. I think I'll be feeling real good tomorrow. Coming out of, kind of being sick and everything like that. But today is Tuesday, April 2nd already. Crazy stuff. April 2nd yesterday. Before we get into today's plays, as always, we'll take a look back and see what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we had ourselves a nice 3-0 day. If you were in the Discord, we went 3-0. If you were just sticking to some of these podcast plays, we also went 3-0 after we went 0-3. So, kind of don't stay down for too long. I said that we're gonna have losing days, we're gonna have winning days, we're gonna have losing weeks. Really important to stick to units and just following, smart betting, everything like that. But we did pretty good here. Braves first 5 team total that came in pretty easily. Pirates money line. Honestly, not a sweat the whole game, and then they tied it up in like the 6th or the 7th, and then Pirates broke it open, so we won that pretty easily as well. Clint Capella over 23.5 points and rebounds. Blowout almost got us. Bulls were able to kind of pull it back in. Capella came in. I think he finished at 26 or something. So it was nice to get back on NBA, guys. I really do enjoy betting on the NBA. But if you were with me a month ago, man, just some frustrating stuff, frustrating losses. Man, we were doing that 10-day, that rollover challenge too. We might have to start thinking about getting back into that again. Boy, I tell you, I could have finished a 10K challenge in the first 3 days. I think I went like 15-2 or something like that. Still barely missed in the Discord. Really excited to have baseball back and everything, but killing the game here. But before we get into the plays here, I got plenty of people watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for me if you can, please. Crushed it. I only have 3 likes. It's not very many. I'm not going to be that guy sitting here, whatever, but there's 35 some people watching. Let's see if we can get those likes up. I don't know what the algorithm does, but I know if I have more likes, it'll suggest more people. I get more, subscribers, everything like that. I have 579 subscribers. I'm 21 away from 600. I swear we just celebrated 500. It's getting more and more popular. I know we've been talking for 7 minutes without even getting anything, but we'll get going here. First play. Oh, and like I said too, where's my thing here? I don't have, I like to show graphs, like to show graphics, stats and the bars. This person's on a 10-game hit streak, something like that. Usually when I do, man, lunchtime in the lab here for baseball, it's going to be a lot of sides and totals and stuff. There's not going to be as many player props. I do a lot more research in player props than I do, other things. Unfortunately, like those 2-leg hit builders, man, there's about 4 different things I cross-reference and look at, everything like that. So to come up with some props, and hey, go figure, we went 0-3 when I did a full prop episode, so like, the behind me, like, I don't know, like, honestly, like, in my opinion, like, you got me full screen, or I could show you like a picture of the stadium. I like this better. We'll get some better graphics once we get some more data, everything like that. But first play today is going to be Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5. As a reminder, luckily somebody, because I keep forgetting / don't have time, looking around to see what books have what bets. Fanatics does have this first 5 bet. DraftKings does have it. I have not looked around. Luckily, I didn't take his name, but somebody had commented saying Fanatics does have this first 5. I did look at it, verified it, and did lock in with that. Fanatics, man, I got $50 worth of free bets, aka you can use it on their store too. So I need to pick me out a hat. I got all my hats, most of my hats sitting here. I'm due for my White Sox hats are getting a little rough. I bought a Reds hat the other day, but then they've been kind of sucking too, So I there was a Dodgers hat that I really liked. My team's the White Sox, so I kind of gave up, and I'm just gonna like rock any MLB team, just as long as it's like a cool color. My Reds hat is like a gray, and it's got like an aqua on like the logo, around the logo, and then the bill is like an aqua color. It's pretty solid. I like it. But what the hell are we talking about? Anyway, if you can't take the first 5, like somebody, Jose just said, hey, stocks at FanDuel is our first 5 team total. That's a bummer. That's why I do preach to try to make sure you guys have multiple books. Somebody even asked in Discord, like, hey, like, how do I do that? I split my money up, like, whatever. But it's really smart to have multiple books to compare. And it's also really smart to at least ride DraftKings and FanDuel, because DraftKings has some bets that FanDuel just doesn't have an option for. These cups right here, it says Skull on it. I'm a Vikings fan. Normally, like, for people just getting in, normally I'm not drinking water and stuff. Just my throat is like super sore from being sick. When we went to a Vikings and Lions game last year, maybe 2 years ago, I think it was last year. Those are the cups that came in like mixed drinks. So people pay $10, $15 for a mixed drink. And after the game, like people just had them all over because they like trash on the ground. And it's like a hard plastic or something. So like my ass took some of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Vikings fan, I got a bunch of Skull Vikings cups now. Drink my water out of them. Anyway, let's do this though. We've been talking enough. Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5. If you don't have the first 5, go ahead and take the go ahead and take the full game team total, although the official play is going to be first five. Kyle Freeland day. We were on Patrick Corbin day the other day. Didn't quite pan out. So we're going to ride Kyle Freeland day again here. Dude was smoked by the Diamondbacks. Gave up 10 earned runs in just 2.1 innings. That's a game that, like, I actually was like, my wife was chilling. Me and my wife were watching this game at night. Like, she was more on her phone and stuff, but like, I got her actually watching, paying attention. Like, she'll say all the time, I don't like watching sports. I don't do it like this. But she was like an All-American softball player. It's like, how do you not like to watch baseball? Or all conference. I don't know. She's pretty good. She's fast. In her senior year, she didn't strike out a single time. That's pretty crazy, right? She went her old junior and senior year without striking out once. Anyway, they hit the hell out of him. 10 earned runs, 2.1 innings. Every ball they hit was finding holes. He just didn't seem to have any juice, and that's just Kyle Freeland. Like, dude just like a meatball of a guy. The current Cubs lineup is also just mashing against them. They average 0.352 career ERA against Kyle Freeland. So not only is like he just like one of these guys that you really want to fade, and you really especially want to fade him away from Coors Field as well. The Cubs actually career have hit really, really well against them. The Cubs also finished 7th last year in OPS, which is like on base percentage and slugging percentage put together against left-handed pitchers. So they have that going for it. They have guys like Christopher Morel today. A lot of people I've seen in the Discord are people really feeling Morel for a home run. He is 1-3 with a home run against them. There's just a lot of guys that have some really good history against them. We were on this Diamondbacks bet. I don't know if we were on it for the podcast or not. I can't remember. I think we might have been. We might have had this on the podcast. I know I had it in the Discord. I mean, this sucker hit, second inning, may have even hit third inning. I think that was the game. I think this was the game where we hit the plus 680 in the Discord, where we put, for there to be a home run in the first inning by the D-backs, and it cashed our first five as well. I don't expect to see, the same type of scoring that the Cubs had. We do have some weather, but it's not like crazy. It's not blowing in as hard as it was yesterday. Cubs are still able to score some runs and hit around, yesterday, though. I think I just think with Kyle Freeland and the issues, he has not proven that he's going to be a solid pitcher this year. So we got to definitely ride with Kyle Freeland, fade Kyle Freeland today. And that's why I like the first five, because he's not the type that's going to go deep. It's not to say they have a good bullpen or anything like that, but I mean, I can get it for 2.5 instead of 4.5, which is probably the full game. They could end up winning 3-0. They could win 5-0, cash the full game. But that's why I like the first five. If I'm attacking specifically the pitcher, then I'm going to try to ride the first five, because that's when they're pitching, obviously. So that's going to be our first play. Cubs first five team total over 2.5. Oh, really? There. Just be careful when you're withdrawing if you used to have points bet. I did used to have points bet. Then went to Fanatics. They'll suspend your account the first time you try to. Suspend it for like how long? I don't even use the book, though. I'll tell you what, not to be like, a punk or whatever, but like I put $50 in there and I was just betting stupid stuff. $50, and I'd put it on like Celtics money line for like minus 500. Flipped it to $27. Put that $27 or 57. Put that 57 on something stupid. Like literally, I was betting just dumb stuff that could happen, and then just kept like flipping it, betting 500, and then 600, and then 650, and then 750, and 850, like all the way up to well over 1,000. Just started off $50, just flipping it, like stupid stuff like that. Literally just trying to get enough money to buy a hat. So it worked, I guess. Second play. The first five team totals are my favorites. So we're gonna go with I love getting the messages that I got a new subscriber during the show. Yeah, 584, 16 away. Braves first five team total over 2.5. We're going with the Braves, Cubs, and the Braves. So we're for a Chicago team, and then we're fading a Chicago team. So far the Braves, and they're both over 2.5. Both were sitting at like my Cubs was minus 105, Braves is minus 115 when I wrote it up. Braves first five team total over 2.5. So far the year, the Braves have scored 3+ runs. And look at that, another subscriber, and he's a mod in the Discord, so I'll take that. So far the year, the Braves have scored 3+ runs in the first 5 and 3 of their 4 games. So they're hitting this at a 75% clip, which is obviously fantastic. The White Sox are coming back with Crochet, I think is how they say it. That's how his name's spelled, at least. Didn't look bad at all. I say I said that he has a he really reminds me of Chris Sale, and I guess I say that as a White Sox fan, but he's tall, he's lengthy, everything like that. Dude's got a solid fastball, tall guy, good semi good command, but like he's really struggled when he's been to the big leagues, and he actually played really well. He held the Tigers in check for a while. Tigers won that game. Held them in check, but he's got his first ever start was against the Detroit Tigers. I mean, if you said that 2 or 3 years ago, you're like, oh, okay, like Tigers aren't very good. Tigers aren't very good this year, really, to begin with either. I mean, it's the Twins and the Royals definitely going to be the division leaders there, you know. But his second ever start is going to be going against the Braves. The Braves bats are so dang good. They have a lot of good right-handed batters that just mash left-handed pitchers. Last year they hit .288 against them, if I'm not mistaken, against lefties. If I'm not mistaken, they have a higher batting average this year against lefties so far to start than they did, you know, over this .288. Crochet, not a very good track record. Like I said, started out kind of decent, but we got to back him to perform in his second ever start in the big leagues against these Braves bats, which are just ridiculous, to be honest. It's just one of those. It's sometimes, guys, really just in the MLB, to be honest, it's you almost wake up and you're like, man, should I do something different? Oh, okay, I'm gonna bet on the Braves. you know, uh, gonna bet, and you're gonna find yourselves betting on the D-backs. Find yourself betting on the Braves a lot. What's another like powerhouse type team? Those are Orioles. You're gonna find yourself betting on these same teams and doing the same things over and over. But like in baseball, anything can obviously happen. But I mean, some of these teams stay pretty consistent, and you got to bet them on the streaks. Like we bet the Pirates yesterday, and we're gonna go back to the Pirates. Like I don't know, like maybe here soon. I didn't even notice if they play or not today. But you got to ride the streaks, and sometimes you got to bet on something until it bucks you off. And this Braves team total is hit at a 75% clip, 3 to the last 4. Right now they're at a decent streak. There's no reason to really not back it. If you're in the Discord, I gave out I did give out the Cubs play. If you guys like that Cubs first 5 team total, that is a Discord exclusive play. If you're watching from the Discord, you guys have already seen that information. The Braves first 5 team total, I could have played it, but I played the Braves team game in a different manner. So like if we can add that to it. For those of you not in the Discord, obviously you get the Braves team total, which is good value. But I played it in a different way in the Discord. Dustin asks, is a full game or buy it down to 4.5? I don't like to pay. I don't like 5.5 team totals. I don't like 6. For whatever reason, 5 makes me feel warm and fuzzy. 5.5 makes me feel like that's too big of a number. In that situation, just like I did with the Dodgers yesterday, I would probably, if you don't have the first 5, I would think about pulling down that 5.5, pull it down to a 4.5, or even the 3.5. Put the Braves money line with it. See where you're at, see if that's got some good juice, maybe ride it that way. If not, just like I did yesterday, I did Dodgers team total over 3.5, Dodgers money line, and Ohtani to get a hit was like plus 105. Wham bam, thank you, man. I fell asleep, woke up, the game, I got a hair like over in front of my eye, I can see. Wham bam, thank you, man. Woke up, that bet hit, posted it like I was paying attention the whole time, even though I just woke up. I said, let's go, went back to sleep, woke up with money in the account, and that's how it went. So, second play, Braves team total over 2.5. Should you do the first 5 inning? Yeah, I mean, you could. I don't know if it's probably minus money line. Yeah, I would prefer money line over the run line, because a tie obviously is a loss if you did run line, because the run line is probably minus 0.5, if not minus 1.5, just because it's the Braves. But I feel like that money line is probably going to be pretty juicy. It might not be worth playing straight. Before we get into third play, as usual, look what, I don't know how to say your name, to be honest, but this guy's a mod in the Beer Money Discord, so you gotta definitely, you see that guy in there. But he says, "What's up, bud? Sandwich? Go ask your mom for a sandwich." My son wants a sandwich. He says subscribing on YouTube is free. Damn right. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that like button before we hop into third play here. Appreciate you guys, big time. Last play. Last play. Man, if we can just get one more live watcher, I'm about to hit 50 live watchers. I don't think I've done that yet. Last 3 days, guys. I know it's because the Discord's on fire. I know that's primarily Discord people that's probably watching it. But it feels good to be having so many people right now. I gained another like 1,000 followers on Twitter. Feels fantastic to have a bunch of people and riding the wave and you guys checking this out. And if you end up leaving the Discord or decide it's not for you, I hope you stick around with me and continue to get these free plays. And I'm live, like I said, every day at 11:30. So we'll see if that 49 doesn't turn into 50 here while I'm talking here in a second. But lastly here, last play, we're going to ride with the Red Sox -1.5 versus the Oakland Athletics. Guys, did you watch this game yesterday? I didn't, to be honest, because why? Who's watching A's games, to be honest? Red Sox won 9-0. Red Sox won 9-0. My throat, man. My throat's getting pretty scratchy. We're almost done. Sorry for coughing. Dang it, guys. Alex Wood was once a pretty solid starter. Alex Wood used to be a pretty solid dude, to be honest. Fast forward to today, he's playing for the Oakland Athletics. His first outing, he went 3.1 innings. He had 7 hits and 6 earned runs. Man, that's rough. Even for the A's. 7 hits, 6 earned runs. Brian, I think it's Brian. I don't know if it's Brian. It looks like it's spelled Brian Bello. In his one start, was able to limit the Mariners pretty well. Did pretty well against the Mariners. So obviously, I see him having no issues with the A's today. The A's only offense seems to be that they are actually done a pretty good job of drawing walks. Whether or not they're up there, looking for a walk, whether or not they're up there because they got the bat on their shoulders, maybe they got good eyes, maybe whatever, they've been able to get on pace by generating walks. However, Brian Bello did not give up a walk in his first at bat against the Mariners. He was pretty locked in. Last year, this guy was a little shaky. It's somebody that I did like to fade or at least maybe play some like full game overs, which I really haven't got into, kind of thinking about that yet. I like to take sides and team totals instead of the full game overs. But Bello kind of locked in, limited the Mariners pretty good here. And let's just say too, the A's had five errors. An MLB team had 5 errors last night. I mean, it's like, what's that movie? Bad News Bears, right? Is that the right reference? Benchwarmers. Rough stuff, guys. I mean, it's not only is nobody showing up to their games, the product that they're putting out is terrible. The product they're putting out is like, borderline White Sox material. Unfortunately, I'm never going to stop being a White Sox fan, but it does kind of suck being a White Sox fan. Both teams really rough. That's why I just, the A's put up five errors the other day. The A's have Alex Wood, who just got absolutely shit on the other day. Bello, fantastic start against the Mariners. Red Sox looking good. Red Sox lost some good bats, to be honest, but I mean, some of them, those rookies or those sophomore guys are doing pretty good. 1.5, I don't think is too much, to ask for. They just won 9-0. So pretty solid look, I think, there too. What's your, I don't know how to say your first name. That last name looks like grape though. Got a free $50 bet for MLB to bet MGM. You guys think Braves, Red Sox, and O's? Yeah, makes sense. I will say I get this question all the time. Do you like this, and this? And like, yeah, I do. But the best team, I say this 10 times a day, the best team in baseball will lose 50 to 60 games this year. So just because they're good, like the Braves lost the other day, or the Orioles lost to somebody the other day, and like the Discord lost their absolute mind. They couldn't believe it. And it's like, guys, this isn't football. This isn't the NBA. Like the Braves are going to lose 50 games this year. And even then, that's not even like a great seed. Like I looked it up one time. I don't know what the least amount of wins was or something like that. So yes, on paper, that looks great. Marsh for the KC Royals, dude gets hit, big time. It's a good look. That's a good look, though. So I'll go ahead and recap. I already a little long in the podcast here for the audio side. We're going to go through the recap here. I thought I didn't even change any of my pictures, guys. Anyway, there's Wrigley. There's what do they call it? It's not Comiskey anymore. what's it like? Great American Ball? No, that's Cincinnati. Guaranteed Rate Field is the White Sox. And then the Coliseum for the Athletics here. So on the screen here, I got this recap though. We are going to recap, get the audio out of here. People that are watching on the visual side on YouTube, if you guys have anything particular, we can look up, do some quick research or ask any questions that you might have as a benefit to, the hopping in live here. If not, go ahead and, we'll probably get out of here and close it up. But to recap here, audio podcast side, we are going to ride on April 2nd. After a 3-0 day, we'll see what we can do to keep up the winning. 3-0 day in the Discord, 3-0 day on the podcast as well. We're going to ride Cubs first 5 team total over 2.5 runs. Braves first 5 team total over 2.5 runs. Those bets are going to be found on DraftKings. Those bets are going to be found on Fanatics as well. If you don't have either one of those, go ahead and ride the full game team total. Although it's not the official play, but that would be that's how you're going to make up, that's how you're going to be able to play it or whatever. Red Sox -1.5 for the third play here. All those are going to be to win 1 unit. So if it's a -110, we're betting 1.1. If it's a -115, we're betting 1.15. The Reds -1.5 was like plus 105, 110, something like that. So you just put a unit on it to win however much is how we do that. But to close it out, like I said on the podcast, audio side, visual side, if you want to hang out for a second. As always, I'm your host, Lunchtime in the Lab. We brought to you every day. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to follow me on all social medias at Live Joe Bets. And audio side, if you have not come over to check us out on YouTube, come over to YouTube. You can interact, ask some questions, see the graphics that I'm talking about. If not, we'll continue to do the audio side. I appreciate you guys just as much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys back tomorrow. Okay. Marcus Williams, if you're still in here, how do you like Dinger Tuesday? Don't like Dinger Tuesday. I never liked it, to be completely honest. If you compare, like, the odds are normally worse. I feel like on Tuesday they lower the odds because I know everybody's trying to hit home runs. Damn it, my throat, guys. Where is? I'm pretty sure this is probably not allowed, but I can show you. Ballpark Pal, you have to like pay for it now. So like I paid for it because I look at it all the time. But I'll show you. I don't care. How do I do this? Present, share screen. Email. Nope. This. Probably not supposed to show you this. I don't know. So don't get me in trouble because this is $10 worth of data here. Every game but the White Sox game has a projected run like decrease, but I mean, you got a plus 7%, increase to the average of home runs, but you got like a -25, -18, -23, like -20 at Philly, -20 in San Diego. Like there's really not very good like opportunity for home runs today. So I'm gonna stop sharing that because I'm not trying to get myself like in trouble or something, showing some data that I'm not supposed to. But it just kind of shout out to Ballpark Pal if you want to pay for that. There you go, plugged them for you. So that being said, like I'm still gonna have my like 3-leg home run parlay. I'm looking at was liking Luis Roberts. I think it's Roberts. For the White Sox, so they do have an increase in home run chance there. Not as the only reason, but I do like it. It shows that wind's blowing out to like left center. He's a righty, so that makes a lot of sense. I like Luis Robert. Really like Jose Ramirez. Got wind blowing out to left center as well, roughly. If I'm not mistaken, batter versus pitcher. I guess I could show you what I'm looking at here, guys, right? Oops, wrong button. Share screen. This one. This is Swish Analytics. Oh, shoot. You can't see my face. Oh, shoot. You can't see my face. There it is. I like Swish. So, like, Jose Ramirez right here. And you probably can't see this very well because I don't know how small it is. Let's see. He's faced Luis Castillo 20 times. He's got 5 hits, 2 of them 2 triples and 3 home runs, batting 250 against him, has struck out 4 times. So not fantastic, but I do like Jose Ramirez for a home run. You look at like Jose Abreu, yeah, he's hit 3 home runs against Jose Barrios, but he's also struck out 17 times. So like forget that. I'm not about that life. I'm not messing with wouldn't mess with Jose Abreu. So liking Luis Robert, it is Robert. Has not faced Ronaldo Lopez, but I mean righty on righties. Righties on righties aren't normally too bad. It's more like lefty on lefty. They don't do too well. And then I feel like the third play I was liking. I think Jordan, man. Has Alvarez hit a home run yet? Like, dude's super due. Just finished my water, so my throat starts hurting. We're gonna have to cut it off. Jordan Alvarez, I don't think has hit a home run yet. He's at home. It's in a dome, so you don't have to worry about weather. Dang it, I forgot I was looking at this. He's faced Barrios 10 times, has 1 hit, but it was a home run. I feel like I was looking at Bregman actually. Bregman has 5, his bat's 250 and hits 2 home runs against them. I'm kind of weird about my third. If any of you guys have a third, like I really like Robert, really like Ramirez. If any of you guys have another guy that you're really good about, I'd be open to coming up with a third for my 3-round little auto I like to put out. Somebody I'm not like thinking of maybe, but Big E, Brook Lopez, points plus rebounds tonight against the Wizards. No Damian Lillard. Yeah, and the Wizards have just been traditionally just so bad against and I haven't looked at stats here in a while, but if we go to like last 7 here, they've been doing better. So what is this? So they're giving up like the 7th-ish most rebounds, but I bet you in the last 15 games they're giving up the 3rd most rebounds. Point wise, though, it hasn't been so bad. But if you go on like the whole year, they're giving up the most points to centers and the most rebounds to centers. So it makes sense. I will say though that they don't really give up many threes though, and that's kind of been Brooks' like little bread and butter in terms of points go. So like that hurts a little bit, but like it definitely makes sense though to run that. That seems low. 17 seems low. I like it. I would like it. The only thing that makes me think that it's not like a fantastic bet in the sense of like I love it is just that like they haven't been given up. Like looking at the last 15, they're the 1, 2, 3, 4. They're giving up the 5th least threes to centers. So that just could mean too they're not really playing center big men that like to shoot. But like Brook has been taking a ton of threes, it seems. So that's where his points like really fly up. And sometimes like Bobby Portis comes out of nowhere with that spot too. So like sometimes Portis will kill it and then he'll take a lot of minutes. You can never time when Bobby Portis is going to have that 7 for 7 3-point shooting and 50-point kind of game. But I would lean it. I would lean it and like it. Ricky, answered this one a little earlier. Braves and Red Sox. Wait, hold on. Got a free bet. Was wanting to do a money line parlay with Braves and Red Sox. Would you add Cubs or Orioles or maybe both? All of those people should win. It's just like it's hard. It's a free bet. So why not just ride it? I don't know what your bankroll looks like. Free bets for me are normally like a little bit of like lotto-ish. Nothing like crazy, but yeah, it's normally like lotto type stuff. But like Marsh is a super hittable guy. Or Orioles bats like woke up. Cubs. I think he's an opener. I don't think that's the starting pitcher. So he might only be pitching like an inning or two. And then, I don't think the White Sox don't have much run production. The Braves, like I said, like their bats have been so good. And then I just don't see a world where the Red Sox don't kill the Athletics again. So I mean, plus 500 is not bad. It's a lot of, it's a lot of chalk. It's a lot of favorites. So, and sometimes dogs win. It's the MLB. That's going to happen. But that's not a bad look for plus 500 on a free bet. For those of you in the Discord, like I might run this Red Sox like official, but I want to probably see how like the rest of the day is going. But I really do like that Red Sox -1.5. All right. We've been at this for a minute. Viewers are about cut in half, right at 20. We did hit 50 viewers today, though. So shout out to you guys for sure. Appreciate that. Every day has been going fantastic. And I know there's some of you guys that have found me that are not in the Discord. So that's awesome. The ones that are in the Discord still, you getting that value. We're just 9 away from hitting 600. So I gained quite a few followers just from you guys talking. Just from this show or whatever. But do you guys have anything else though? If not, I'm gonna hop out of here. Like I said, I finished my water, my throat's starting to get scratchy, and got some. I got a bunch of laundry I gotta put away actually. If not, speak now and forever hold your peace. Is that what it is? What about Robert Acuna? He did pretty good yesterday. He oh, for home runs? You guys talking for home runs? Yeah. Yeah. We won't get into looking at all this stuff because it's going to take too long. We're already kind of on the way. But just to look at, oh, yeah. So he hasn't faced, Braves guys haven't faced this hitter yet. Vlad against Valdez hasn't done awesome. Righty versus lefty, though. I'm pretty sure he hits lefties pretty well. I forgot I do still need to find. I don't want to take anybody in the Baltimore game because like the wind's blowing in and it's cold. I don't want to take anybody in Oakland because that doesn't have very good hitting conditions either. Don't want to take a Philly player. Don't want to take a Card, a Red, a Padre. Dude, I'm tempted with Christopher Morel, to be honest. Wind's blowing to right center. Ohtani's going to hit a home run one of these times. I don't know who my third's going to be. Maybe Morel. I think Morel's hit a home run once already this year. Yeah, Luzardo. Yeah, that's probably not a bad look. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll find a third. We'll get it posted. Like in Robert, like in Ramirez. Gotta find a third one. Those are the two that definitely stuck out. So I have to actually I have to find a third one that we like. But all right, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. You guys seen the recap, everything like that. If you're not following me on Twitter, at @LiveJoeBets is the handle there. But let's see what we can do to go 3-0. If you have any extra questions or whatever, just like, I don't know. Sometimes DMs get lost on Twitter. It's easier to like comment under one of my posts or something. Like I'll probably post about this or back. There's a tweet somewhere that's got man. I used Morel as my just for my my thumbnail or whatever. It might be meant to be to use Morel as the third guy just because of that. Now that I think about it. But all right, guys, I'm gonna close it out. Got to pull the outro up here. And I'll see you guys back tomorrow.